going on, guys? My name is Austin. This is the Bodies in Business podcast. And today we're going to talk about the 3 most overlooked and underrated habits you can do on a daily basis and a weekly basis so that you can set yourself up for success in the wellness game. And I'll tell you up front what those 3 things are, and then you can go further and conquer, or you can listen to the rest of this podcast and really understand why these 3 things matter. Number 1 is going to the grocery store on a weekly basis. Having 1 day a week where you go to the grocery store and get fresh groceries, okay? Number 2 is having a water bottle with you throughout the day, every single day, okay? And number 3 is getting some type of movement in the beginning of the day. Now, the movement thing I know can be tough because some people have jobs, they have to get up super early to go to their job, or you have obligations you have to do in the morning, you just don't have time in the morning. Finding some time in the morning, if you are just starting out on your wellness journey, to do a 15-minute walk or 5 minutes outside just looking at the sun, doing a 15-minute HIIT workout, going for a walk, all these things in the morning are super beneficial. Now, I want to jump into the grocery store habit first and why you should do that every week, all right? Now, the main reason you want to go to the grocery store every single week is because you want to get fresh food. I have found that going to the grocery store on Sunday sets me up very, very well for the rest of my work week, Monday through Friday. That's just how our world has been constructed. The work week is usually Monday through Friday. I know that's not for everyone, but for me it is. And so going to the grocery store on Sundays to get the groceries I need for the week is super beneficial. Now, I am married, I have a wife, and we eat similar foods, but it's nice because we don't have children yet, and I know people who do have children, you know, it's very tough to get food for the entire family throughout the week. But over time, you will start to learn what the family needs, what you need, and all these other things. It's not to say the first time you go to the grocery store, you're going to know exactly what you need to get. I've been going to the grocery store by myself for how long is it? 2026? I graduated in 2012, 14 years now. And it's taken me a long time to realize like these are the main things that I need from the grocery store. Okay. So number 1, the first thing is going to the grocery store every week. You are not just buying food, you are buying better decisions. And why I say that is because when you go to the grocery store, you're making an investment up front for the week. And you're telling yourself, hey, these are the foods that I want to eat throughout the week. That doesn't mean you have to just stick to those foods, because I know things come up where you have to eat lunch somewhere else or you have to eat dinner on the run and stuff like that. But it is an upfront investment. And the reason why I like that is because a lot of times people don't go to the grocery store at the beginning of the week, and they don't set themselves up for success because throughout the week, they're just going to eat wherever they're told or eat something that somebody gave them, and they're just eating willy-nilly. And it's okay. I get it. Life is crazy. But if you go to the grocery store once a week, every week, once a week, and grab some fruits, vegetables, meats, things that are perishable, because everybody wants things that are in boxes a lot because they last a long time. But if you get things that are perishable, fruits, vegetables, meats, that's going to force you to cook and eat those things over time, or you're just going to be throwing that money away, which I don't want you to do. But so that's the thing, is you want to eat fresh food, and you need to be able to go to the grocery store in order to get that fresh food. Now, that doesn't mean I like going every week because it gets me on a good rhythm. Now, some people are like, hey, I'll go every 2 weeks. Up to you. The whole point is you want to invest in fresh food. Now, that doesn't mean you have to buy all organic, doesn't mean you have to buy the most expensive groceries. You can buy rice and beans. Rice and beans are super cheap. You can buy a can of beans and a packet of rice and go home and cook that stuff, mix it together. It's complete protein. I'm not saying you have to go to the grocery store and spend your entire paycheck on fresh food. What I am saying is you can go to the grocery store and get fresh food within your budget, right? You want to get these nutrients that are fresh, okay? I've said that many, many times. All right, the number 2 talking point for going to the grocery store is your fridge becomes your environment. Whenever you want to eat something, you know you're going to have something in the fridge that you can go to and say, okay, I know I can grab something that's healthy. I don't have to worry about going out to eat. I don't have to worry about if there's something in the fridge. Now, I'm sure if you have kids, like they're going to eat whatever, whenever sometimes. And so, yeah, sometimes you probably should buy more and say, hey, like, these are mine, or hide them or do something, because you want to have things that are available. Because if food is not available to you, you're going to make rash decisions, and you're going to eat things when you don't want to have to eat them. Okay. Number 3 talking point for going to the grocery store is fresh food creates momentum. Fresh food creates momentum. And that's just, it takes time. And honestly, I know some people are like, hey, I'll go to the grocery store this week, I'll do it, and then I'll go next week. You just have to make it a habit. And once it becomes a habit, you start to plan around that, and you start to realize, hey, I need to go to the grocery store. Now, that doesn't mean I go to the grocery store on Sundays every single Sunday. Every week on every single Sunday. I sometimes have to go on Saturday, I have to go on Monday. Obviously things come up where I can't go to the grocery store on every single Sunday. But I try to make it a habit that I go on Sunday because I know that gets me ready for Monday through the next Saturday. Okay. And that doesn't mean I don't eat out. That doesn't mean you have to be like, oh, I go to the grocery store and that's all I can eat. No, you can still eat out. But if you get 80 to 90% of the food from the grocery store, you're eating, or at least hopefully you're getting fresh food, and you're going to be eating that throughout the week. All right. This just gives you a very good environment to pick food from. Okay. And the grocery store is the most underrated place to go for food these days because people are like, oh, I need to go to a fast food restaurant, or, we need to go to a sit down restaurant that can house, our whole family and eat there. And I get it. Life is crazy these days, but the more you can just make an upfront investment in the grocery store food, the better it is. And that means you can't just go there and buy all packaged food. You need to get fresh food as well. All right. Number 2 is having a water bottle with you. Okay. This is something where you are going to get thirsty throughout the day. Duh. And most people want to drink something other than water because it tastes better. People want to drink nice sugary coffee drinks, energy drinks, sodas. All these things are available to us 24/7, and water gets the back burner. But if you have, I'm going to bring it out. If you have a water bottle, shout out Water Bottle Fly Bodies, you are more prone to drinking water. All right. For the first talking point is water bottle is a visual cue. All right. What's his name? Talks about visual cues. It's the cue, the habit, and the reward. Those 3 things. I can't remember his name. Anyways, it's how to create a habit loop, right? The cue, the habit, the reward. The cue is the water bottle sitting on your desk or with you. You can take a drink and then you feel hydrated. It's not going to, it doesn't mean it's always going to taste better than a Coke or a coffee, sugary drink or something like that. But water, our bodies are over half water. So your body needs water in order to operate very well. Number 2 talking point, hydration affects energy and cravings. Okay. A lot of times people are feel hungry, but a lot of times they are dehydrated. So if you are throughout the day, if you're getting tired or you're feeling hungry and you're just like, I've already eaten lunch, or I'm not that hungry, take a sip of water, you'll have your water bottle, take a sip of water. And a lot of times that's going to give you a boost of energy and it's going to make you full. It's going to make you feel more full. It doesn't mean it's going to feel like you just ate a steak, but it is going to make you feel a little more full and give you a little more energy, because when you're dehydrated, you're going to feel a little more sleepy and your stomach is going to be less full. So you're going to feel hungry. So that craving is going to be there. And the last talking point for the bottle of water is it gives you an easy win early. If you have water throughout the day and you're staying hydrated, you can be like, man, I'm doing something good for my health. And in the morning, if you take, 8 ounces of water first thing in the morning, you're hydrating yourself, getting ready for the day, making better decisions. And the third thing is doing some type of movement in the morning. Now, I am running my own business and I have my own hours, and I wake up at around 7 every morning and I go for a walk around 7:30, and I go for about a 15 to 30 minute walk usually in the morning, usually around 15 to 20 usually before my first meeting or first I get started. Now, I am fortunate enough that I can go outside and walk around my neighborhood and get a great walk in and get some sunlight. Now, I know when I was doing my reserve duty, I would have to get up, get ready, and go straight to the base. Now, the good thing is I had to park kind of far away from where I work, so I'd walk with my bags and stuff to the door and go to my office. So that was doing some type of exercise before, but I know it's not a ton of exercise. So I get it that if you have a super busy morning, it's not going to be very easy for you to do movement in the morning. But if you are in, have more, gosh, I can't think. I need water. Take a sip of water. If you have more control over your schedule, then you can honestly do whatever you need to do in the morning. If that is working out, then do it. And so I know this is tough, but like the dopamine you get from movement is incredible. And so when you move in the morning, you go for a walk or do like 15-minute HIIT workout or do 50 push-ups or 100 push-ups or maybe do some pull-ups. Doing something, it is an investment into your decision-making down the road that day. All right. And I know a lot of people that don't like working out or feel like they don't have enough time to work out. As you get further down the road in the day, you start to come up with more and more excuses of why you can't work out, or really something comes up where you're like, hey, I can't work out. I have to take this person to soccer practice or baseball practice or something. So the 3 talking points for why do morning movement. Morning movement sets the tone for your day. You're like, I feel so much better. You get a nice little dopamine elevation for the next 2 to 3 hours if you do a HIIT workout in the morning. It's pretty cool, 15 to 30 minutes. Then it changes your decision making. Your chemicals in your body actually change when you do some type of workout in the morning and you want to do more. That's what the dopamine hit and drive does. You want to do better things. You want to make better decisions. All right. Doesn't mean you're always going to make better decisions, because you're going to be like, oh, I did a workout today, I deserve a cookie. Sometimes that happens too. It's not always perfect science. But what I will say is whenever I go for a walk in the morning and I come back and I sit down, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to do work. I'm ready to get stuff done. All right. And number 3, it builds consistency because it happens before the day gets chaotic. And we just talked about that, and just understanding and just mentally understanding like, hey, if I have a lot going on in my life, doing it first thing in the morning, making movement a priority first thing in the morning is what I have to do. And it doesn't mean you have to do like a crazy workout every single morning, like an hour-long workout or even like 30 minutes. You can do a 15-minute HIIT workout to start your day, and that builds up over time. Just the movement and getting your body, getting the blood moving to your brain, to your body. It's really, really good. So the 3 things: go to the grocery store every week. I don't care if your husband, wife, siblings, or something are like, hey, I want to take care of this for you. I think it's so important for people to go get their food for the week so that they know exactly how that works. You care about your health the most. And so if you have the capability, like you can go to the grocery store, you should. It shouldn't be something like they'll do it for me. I understand that some people can pay to have that done, and totally get it. If you can, great. And if you're getting good groceries from those people, awesome. There have been times where I have paid somebody to get my groceries and bring it, and I'm just like, they just didn't put like too much effort into what they got. Like when it comes to the produce. And I'm like, I would much rather just go myself, because I know how important it is. I know how big of an investment it is. Go get my own groceries, because I know I'm going to put this in my body. These people that are picking up my food don't care about what's going into my body. They care about getting the job done. And so I can't stress that enough, guys. Make it a priority to go to the grocery store. It is not the coolest thing in the world to go to the grocery store. I get it. But it is awesome when you feel like your ones and zeros that you're putting in your mouth are taking care of your body over the long term, because that is the one thing that you can really, really take control of, is the food you put in your mouth. Going to the grocery store sets you up for success. And in today's world, being frugal means going to the grocery store and getting food that is actually, going to be worth the money you're spending on it. Because nowadays, I think fast food has gone up in price heavily. And so if you can cook for yourself and you can take care of yourself that way, you're going to save yourself a lot of money. Number 2, get yourself a water bottle, a good one, and keep it with you. And then morning movement, get some morning movement in, go for a walk. It clears the mind. Get a HIIT workout in. It makes you feel good right before work. It makes you want to do more, and it creates more dopamine. So that's all I got, guys. Those are the 3 things I think that are the lowest hanging fruit that most people kind of look over. All right. And if you are consistent with those 3 things, you're going to be doing yourself a good service. That's all I got. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you need a grocery list, I'm happy to send one to you. If you need a workout, I'm happy to send those to you. Water bottle, it's pretty easy. You can get pretty much anything. I have a Yeti. It's huge. It's like 64 ounces. And you should be drinking around like 80 ounces in the first 10 hours of your day. All right. That's all I got, guys. Hopefully that's helpful. And if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Get after it.